just going fingers crossed, hoping that the bike is going to work correctly today and not once again let me down. As the old saying goes, third time lucky, and this is the third time. The Ducati S4R is back after a month of being away, having a warranty repair done, and it's literally just been delivered back today. So before I set off this morning to give it a test ride, the first thing I did was take a meter reading to see what the voltage was on the battery, and what I'm going to do is ride it around for about an hour, do a few miles on it, and then take another meter reading on the battery to see whether or not the battery's lost charge. Because I've not had the bike for over a month and I only rode it twice before it went in for repair, I'm having to relearn all the features and functionality of the bike again. Morning. Oh, I'm going to try again. So here we are back on our bikes again, me and my friend Des, after both of us having our bikes repaired under warranty. You may have seen that we tried this ride out about a month and a half ago, and not just my bike broke down but his did as well, despite his bike being pretty well brand new. It's only a month old, he bought it brand new. And the problem he had with his was the oil pressure light coming on every time he slowed down, and the problem with mine is the whole bike, as you would have seen in the video prior, if you've seen that, completely broke down because the stator, otherwise known in the car world as an alternator, wasn't charging the battery, hence the battery died. So it was a bit of a disaster. So both bikes now have just come back from warranty and we're trying again. I've also got the TomTom on this bike ready to go, just in case, because the reason I keep this is not just for directions, because it also tells me where the speed cameras are. The other thing that we're going to have to get is some intercoms on this. I think it's definitely going to be worth being able to talk to the person on the other bike. Well, we're going along at 60 miles an hour, cold weather, and I can confirm that this combination of RST jacket and thermal Amazon underwear is definitely working. I feel nice and cozy in this. I don't feel cold at all. Wow, what a fantastic road, and we have got the whole road to ourselves. This is what we really want. Fantastic. Since getting it back, I had a quick look in the tank, and it seems that the dealership has refueled the tank for me, so I've set the trip meter to see if I can work it out. Luckily the place we're going has a fuel garage right next door, so if the fuel light comes on, at least I'll know where I can fill up. Superb. So far so good. It is great to be out on this Ducati S4R, even though we're only pootling along. It puts a massive smile on my face, this thing. As I've said a few times before, the trick to owning and keeping these old machines, whether it be cars or bikes, and keeping them running, is using them. You've got to get out there and run them at least every other week, if not every week. Even if it's just firing them up and letting the oil get warm, you've got to do it. And I think what's happened with this bike is it hasn't been used, it hasn't been run. I can tell that by the ultra low mileage given its age. So that's why I think we've had these issues with it. So by giving it a good run out like this on a regular basis, that's what hopefully keeps the gremlins at bay. I absolutely love it. Even on these back roads, on these country lanes with really bad cambers, it rides so well. And yet another thing I've got to do with this is look at luggage. How do I carry luggage on a Ducati Monster S4R? There must be a way of getting panniers for this, or panniers on it. And talking about luggage, when it comes to luggage on my Harley Davidson street rod, I'm having more difficulties than I thought. I thought it would have been easy to get panniers and luggage for the Harley, but because it's a street rod, it's not actually made for luggage. Well, I don't want to talk too soon, but I'm now up to 41 miles on this bike, and the issue that it went for warranty repair, was due to the battery failing, and that, according to the AA man, that fault wouldn't allow the bike to do more than 30 miles. I don't know, we're up to 41. It's almost like having an electric vehicle with range anxiety at the moment. Well, it's good to see that my friend Des here up front is riding extremely well, very safely. I'm noticing that he's keeping a good bus length distance between himself and the car in front. He's keeping to the speed limits, and yeah, he's riding it well. Now this is interesting because Des is using Google Maps to take us to this motorcycle dealership, to the same motorcycle dealership I went to a week or so ago, but using my TomTom sat-nav to take me to the same destination. And the key difference here is very noticeable, that Google Maps, even though it's set to avoid motorways, is still taking us on main routes. In other words, dual carriageways like this one, and you know, fairly heavy traffic routes. Whereas my sat-nav, the TomTom, took a completely different route. It was far more scenic than this route. That said though, sometimes it's good to get the bike open on some dual carriageway. That's the thing about this Ducati, it just eats up the roads. I mean, we're at 70 miles an hour on a dual carriageway and it's not even at 4,000 revs. Fuel lights on. Luckily the destination does actually have a fuel garage next door to it. Fuel light has just come on at 76 miles.